What is the significance of applying pre-emergent Barricade to the lawn in late February, and what impact does it have on weed control? We talked about that in the beginning of this video. There is, I believe it's 3 times a year that the schedule, the Randy Lemon schedule, follows pretty closely to Nitrophos's schedule, and I believe it is 3 times a year. Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule here now. It's February, May, and the fall, October, November, that you put out the pre-emergent, the Barricade pre-emergent. And like I said, think of it as a blanket over it. It creates an invisible layer over the dirt that keeps any weed seeds that blow in, drop by birds or whatever from germinating. It doesn't prevent all of them, but if you follow the program, do it 3 times a year, it prevents a whole lot of them. And then you're not calling us and asking about what herbicide will kill this weed or this weed. And when you get into that, there's a real danger, certainly as it warms up, of killing your St. Augustine or Bermuda grass or whatever your grass is that you're trying to grow. So staying ahead of those weeds and preventing them is a whole lot better and a whole lot easier and cheaper and less dangerous than having to treat them when they do come up. Putting that pre-emergent out in a timely manner and on the schedule is a good idea. How does the timing of grass maintenance tasks such as scalping, fertilizing, and applying pre-emergent correlate with the timing of the last frost in Houston? These are 3 things you should do annually. You need to scalp the grass off once it warms up, and you need to fertilize, and you need to start applying the water and the pre-emergent to keep the weeds from coming up. We scalp it off once the last freeze is passed if you do it too early, and then a frost comes, all that new tender growth that's exposed takes it on the nose from that frost. So you don't want to do that until you're confident it's past last frost. And what you do is you cut the grass off, drop it down. If you're normally your mower is set for 3.5 to 4 inches from last fall, or your yard guys or whatever, you just want them to drop it down a notch, maybe 2. Maybe you drop it down to 2.5, 3 inches, and it's only one time a year that you do that. But you cut it off real low. It's important to rake up or bag or however to get all that dead material out of there, because what you're trying to do is get rid of thatch. It's basically less layers of stuff that the new grass has to grow through. You want to expose all that new growth to as much sun and air and the fertilizer and everything as possible. So getting all that old dead stuff off is important to do after the last frost. Once you do that, follow it immediately with fertilizer and some water, because you always need to water in fertilizer, and that will give it a really good start. Like I said, probably early to mid-March is the safest time to do that. However, if things really green up and really start growing early, then you want to jump on that. So something to keep in mind.